Good morning to all. Let's discuss about the crisis between Ukraine and Russia.
A Ukraine crisis live updates. Russian defense minister tells Putin Ukraine's Luhansk region has been liberated. Russia said on July 3, 2022 its forces and their allies had taken control of Ukraine's eastern Luhansk region, after capturing the final Ukrainian holdout of Lysychansk, although Ukraine had yet to comment. Ukrainian forces hit a Russian military logistics base with over 30 strikes in the occupied southern city of Melitopol, the city's exiled mayor said. A Russian-installed official confirmed that strikes had hit the city. At least 3 people were killed and dozens of homes damaged in the Russian city of Belgorod near the Ukraine border, the regional governor said on Sunday. Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov reported a number of blasts in the city of nearly 4,000,000. At least 11 apartment buildings and 39 houses were damaged, including 5 that were destroyed, Mr. Gladkov said on the Telegram messaging app. Powerful explosions rocked the Ukrainian city of Mykolaiv early on July 2, the mayor said, a day after authorities said at least 21 people were killed when Russian missiles struck an apartment building near the Black Sea port of Odessa. Air raid sirens sounded across the Mykolaiv region, which borders the vital port of Odessa, before the blasts. Data: India's imports from Russia soar amid sanctions. Here are the latest updates. Ukraine shelling hits eastern Ukrainian city of Sloviansk. Many killed. The eastern Ukrainian city of Sloviansk was hit by powerful shelling from multiple rocket launchers on Sunday, and many people were killed and wounded, the city's mayor Vadim Lyak said. There are 15 fires. Many killed and wounded. Lyak wrote on Telegram. He said it was the most powerful recent shelling of the city. Reuters: Germany discussing Ukraine security guarantees with allies. Scholz: Germany is discussing security guarantees for Ukraine with its allies, in preparation for a time after the war in Ukraine, German Chancellor Scholz told broadcaster Art on Sunday. We are discussing with close friends the question of the security guarantees we can give. This is an ongoing process. It is clear that it will not be the same as if someone were a member of NATO. Mr. Scholz said. It is quite clear that this is a matter which is being carefully prepared in the diplomatic sphere, for the day we hope to see soon, when the war is over. He added. Reuters: Australia's PM visits Ukraine's Kyiv region. Governor, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, visited 3 war-ravaged towns in Ukraine's Kyiv region, the local governor said on Sunday. Governor Oleksiy Kuleba wrote on Telegram that Mr. Albanese visited the towns of Bucha, Irpin, and Hostomel, where Ukraine says Russia committed atrocities against civilians. Russia denies the allegations. Australia supports Ukraine and wants to see justice meted out for the crimes committed here. Mr. Kuleba quoted Mr. Albanese as saying, Russian defense minister tells Putin Ukraine's Luhansk region has been liberated. Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu informed President Vladimir Putin that all of Ukraine's Luhansk region had been liberated by Russian and separatist forces, the defense ministry said on Sunday. After being beaten back in its initial attempt to capture the capital Kyiv, Russia has focused its efforts on driving Ukrainian forces out of Luhansk and Donetsk regions in the east of the country, where Moscow-backed separatists have been fighting Kyiv since Russia's first military intervention in Ukraine in 2014. Reuters: Russia's defense minister reports capture of Ukraine city. Russia's defense minister says Moscow's forces have taken control of the last major Ukrainian-held city in Ukraine's Luhansk province. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu told President Vladimir Putin on Sunday that, as a result of successful military operations, the armed forces of the Russian Federation, together with units of the People's Militia of the Luhansk People's Republic, have established full control over the city of Lysychansk. Russian news agencies reported. Ukrainian fighters spent weeks trying to defend Lysychansk and to keep it from falling to Russia, as neighboring Severodonetsk did a week ago. A presidential advisor predicted late Saturday that the cities could be determined within days. Russia says its troops have encircled Ukrainian city of Lysychansk. Russian troops have encircled the eastern Ukrainian city of Lysychansk, Ukraine's last major stronghold in the Luhansk region, TASS news agency cited the Russian Defense Ministry as saying on Sunday. Russia is focused on driving Ukrainian forces out of Luhansk and Donetsk provinces in the Donbas, where Moscow-backed separatists have been fighting Kyiv since Russia's first military intervention in Ukraine in 2014. Reuters. Russians gaining foothold in pivotal Ukraine city. Russian forces are strengthening their positions in a grueling fight to capture the last stronghold of resistance in eastern Ukraine's Luhansk province, the region's governor said Sunday. Ukrainian fighters have spent weeks trying to defend the city of Lysychansk and to keep it from falling to Russia, as neighboring Severodonetsk did a week ago. A presidential advisor predicted its fate could be determined within days. The occupiers threw all their forces on Lysychansk. They attacked the city with incomprehensibly cruel tactics. Luhansk Governor Serhiy Haidai said on the Telegram messaging app. They suffer significant losses, but stubbornly advance. They are gaining a foothold in the city. Ukraine. No casualties in Ukraine's strike on Melitopol, some damage to houses. Local official. There have been no casualties from the strikes by Ukrainian forces on Melitopol, a local Moscow-installed official in the Ukrainian Zaporizhzhia region wrote on the Telegram messaging app. Shells fell on the territory of the airfield. There were no casualties. Evgeny Balytsky, head of the Russia-installed council in the Zaporizhzhia region, wrote. He added that several private residential houses near the airfield were damaged. Reuters. Ukraine hits Russian base in occupied Melitopol. Exiled mayor says Ukrainian forces hit a Russian base with over 30 strikes in the Russian-occupied southern city of Melitopol on Sunday, the city's exiled Ukrainian mayor said. A Russian official confirmed strikes had hit the city. At 3 o'clock 1200 GMT, and 5 o'clock 0200 GMT, there were over 30 strikes exclusively on a military base. Melitopol Mayor Ivan Fedorov, who is currently on Ukraine-controlled territory, said in a video address on Telegram, adding that the base had been taken out of action. Mr. Fedorov also said that resistance activity had caused a Russian armored train carrying ammunition to derail on Saturday near Melitopol. Russia's RIA news agency reported that Ukraine had hit the Avia-Mystiko area of Melitopol where the city's airport is located, but did not specify what had been hit. Reuters. Moscow. Lukashenko says Ukraine fired missiles on Belarus. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko on Saturday said his army had shot down missiles fired into their territory from Ukraine and vowed to respond instantly to any enemy strike. We are being provoked. Mr. Lukashenko was quoted as saying by state news agency Belta. I must tell you that around 3 days ago, maybe more, they tried to strike military targets in Belarus from Ukraine. Thank God, our Panzer anti-air systems intercepted all the missiles fired by the Ukrainian forces. Ukraine last week said missiles fired from Belarus had struck a border region inside its territory. Ukraine blasts kill 3 in Russian city near Ukraine border. At least 3 people were killed and dozens of homes damaged in the Russian city of Belgorod near the Ukraine border, the regional governor said on Sunday, as Kyiv acknowledged it could lose its last big bastion in eastern Ukraine to Kremlin forces. Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov reported a number of blasts in the city of nearly 400,000, some 40 kilometers 25 miles, north of the border with Ukraine. At least 11 apartment buildings and 39 houses were damaged, including 5 that were destroyed, Mr. Gladkov said on the Telegram messaging app. Senior Russian lawmaker Andrei Kleishers accused Ukraine of shelling Belgorod and called for a military response. Reuters explained is NATO stronger after Ukraine invasion? NATO appeared to be weakened during the administration of former U.S. President Donald Trump, who frequently threatened to exclude from the U.S. protective umbrella any member states that did not pay enough for that privilege. A further blow, and brickbats for botched management, came when U.S. President Joe Biden pulled his country's troops out of Afghanistan, a NATO military mission, more or less unilaterally. Meanwhile, Russia had steadily been upping the ante against NATO publicly, since the late 2000s, railing against NATO expansion, and since its annexation of Crimea in 2014, threatening further territorial expansion into Ukrainian territory.